This is my video about uh, making a four seasons uh, high tunnel. So the thing is to optimize your uh, high tunnel for summer and for winter use. So the first thing you need to know is how the sun's path affect your greenhouse. And I'm just going to open this here to um, to show you how the summer sun works on an east-west greenhouse. So our high tunnel. So a high tunnel, they're normally across most of North America and probably possibly the world. They're put in um, facing north-south, so or aligned north-south. So this one here is aligned east-west, and the reason that they're mostly done for north-south is because in the morning the sun rises here, comes around, and by noon, so all before morning, it's shining more on the east side of the greenhouse, and then all through the afternoon, it's shining more on the west side of the greenhouse. And this I guess helps with even plant growth. So this is how it would work with a north, or sorry, an east-west greenhouse. So in the morning, uh, sun is rising north of the east-west line, so it's actually shining more on the north side of the greenhouse. And then by excuse me, after about, and I'm at 48.5 degrees north, and after about 3 hours in midsummer, the sun is shining from directly east. And then we come around, so we're coming up closer to noon, and the sun is shining from pretty high in the sky now, and it's shining onto the roof and the south of the greenhouse mostly. And here we go around. The day's starting to go away from us now, and we've got we start to go into the 3 to 3.5 hours when the sun is shining from north. In the morning, in the winter, the sun is definitely well south. Now what we're going to do the east-west line when we're going to check. So this is midwinter when it dawns. So it's off over here instead of up here in the summer. And then it comes slowly up, and now we're at around midday, and the sun is shining from directly south. And with your east-west greenhouse, it's shining on a good long area of the south of the greenhouse. It's directly straight on that area of the greenhouse, and that means most of the light is going to get through. We continue on. We're going into the afternoon now, and by 4:30ish, sun is gone to it's gone down, and you see all this area here, so the sun can shine on here, so maybe 4 lengths of this sun beam are going to hit the greenhouse, even as it's going down. And then we go to what would happen with a north-south greenhouse at midday in the winter, or just after midday in the winter. And you can see that the ray is just going to hit here, and it's going to hit the long end of the roof, or sorry, the roof. So it's when it hits obliquely onto say glass, or a lot more light bounces off. And plus, in winter, we're going to have the back end reflective. So there's only this tiny reflective end here that's going to bounce light back to the plants. So this is the reason why we use, for a 4-season greenhouse, it's much better to use the east-west alignment rather than the north-south alignment, because you have all this distance here that you can make reflective, to reflect the sun back on the plants. So you get a much brighter, warmer greenhouse during the day in winter. So now we're going to make this small, and this is how the Chinese greenhouse industry solved the problem for winter. So they've got a kind of a blanket that rolls down at night to keep in the heat. Everything is facing south, and so the blanket rolls down at night, keeps in the heat, and excuse me, you have an insulated north wall. So the greenhouse is optimized for winter, for when the sun is low in the sky. But in summer, when you get considerable amounts of light from the north, it's blocked by the structure here. So it's a good system for a certain time of the year, but it doesn't perform that well in summer. So now we're going to go to my little greenhouse. So mine was experimental. I should have made both sides, both planters the same height, and I've left side windows in the north wall so that some summer sunlight can get in. This here is reflective under the shelf. So the shelf is great in the winter because the sun reflects off the north wall, bounces down to the plants. So I've got plants here in winter, and on the shelf in winter, and here in winter. So we've got a little bit of additional space in winter for growing plants. So here's your typical high tunnel, and you've got your doors in, etc., etc. And we're just going to take off this side of the and this. Oh, sorry, this isn't typical because it's on the east-west alignment, and so it's the sun is going to mostly come from the south side of this greenhouse, especially in winter. So here we've taken off the door just to see inside. So what you do is you operate it just like a normal high tunnel from March 22 to September 22, and then as you're getting into the cold weather, what you do is you clean up this portion of the greenhouse, and you can put styrofoam sheets, or you could even store straw bales right up to the rafters here in your greenhouse as an insulation on the north wall. And so you've got your styrofoam here, and then you're going to make them reflective. So you're going to put a silver layer, I use a silver tarp, or you can actually buy reflective styrofoam, and it's light, and you don't need great structure to keep it in place. So you install those about a third of the way into your greenhouse from the north side, and you put in some styrofoam across the roof. So what you're doing is from September to March, you're going to mimic what to do in the Chinese greenhouse. And then you're also going to have, if you can afford it, like this will make a huge difference to your greenhouse anyway. But if you can afford to do it, then you'll have an insulated roll-down night roof tarp. So this you could have storage in behind the roof styrofoam during the day, and then you roll it down at night. And this will protect from heat loss at night from the greenhouse. And you can also have insulated night curtains. You can either roll this all the way down, or you can have insulated night curtains on this side, and these you can automatically pull them back during the day and push them forward during the night, close them during the night. And the reason I'm showing um, the roof curtain and the roof blanket and the insulated night curtain is because something that goes horizontally back and forth takes much less energy than something that goes up and down. It's just the nature of physics. It's a lot easier to move a curtain than move a big blanket up and down. Oh yeah, so in the winter also you have this space here, and you can also have an optional winter bench uh, in front of the styrofoam, because you get the reflected light from the styrofoam. So you're going to get a fairly big bonus growing area. Your growing area close to this wall is going to be more optimal than your growing area far away from it. And remember that you've got the mirrored styrofoam here that will bounce light down to your plants on your bench. And we'll put back the door, and that completes the video. So I think this is an option that I don't think people use it, but I think it's something that could be extremely worthwhile if people looked into it. Anyway, YouTube haven't. I don't think they've. I've got something like 6,000 subscribers, but I don't think they ever push info out to people. So.